The latest expansion to Neverwinter came about 3 weeks ago, and with it we got a lot of items that you can use as a newer player to progress much more quickly throughout the game. Ultimately, I want to cover what should you be doing once you've hit level 20, where to next, what should you be getting to progress your character, particularly with regards to item level. Your total item level will govern what content you can access, either these adventures or these campaigns or any of these queued dungeons. All have an item level requirement, and so you are locked out of content depending on how much you have. Ultimately, with the latest expansion, we've got some new gear, and it allows us to push to 110,000 item level. I have made an upgrade guide which will go through everything step by step, what you should prioritize in getting in order to end up achieving that maximum 110,000 item level. And yes, at a cost of just 112 million. That, of course, can be substantially offset by just playing the game. That is the cost you'd have to pay right now if I was to obtain everything day one. You, of course, want to actually play the game, earn your items without needing to actually spend currency. There are many and many events that keep coming back that will always allow you to significantly gain a lot of character progress, particularly right now. The summer festival will help a lot to get your insignias and just consumables and ultimately earn a ton of extra astral diamonds if you invest a bit more time than others. So let's go step by step. So when you start the game, you're already going to be at 5,000 item level. One of the first things you can do is joining a guild. Either do it when you can or later on, but ultimately it can give you significant benefits. You're going to be able to activate these boons. It will depend what level the guild is on. Ideally, it's maxed out at level 20 and it will give you the maximum benefits. At that point, make sure you go ahead and do all the leveling adventures. These will give you this list of different rewards. You can see those adventures in your journal just here. And when you complete these, you can see what you're actually getting. Some of them will give you like enchantments, insignias, more enchantments, some rough astral diamonds, all of which will help improve your character. Now, once you are leveling up, you can also spend some of your seals that you will obtain just by completing quests and killing monsters. In the Adventures Guild here, you should be familiar of it when you're leveling up. There's the seal vendor right here, and go to view equipment of my class and just buy the armor, the weapons, the shirt and pants, and the rings. All of it giving you a decent item level boost to start out. From there, I recommend doing like the Undermountain adventure. Make sure to collect all the relics when you do your expeditions, and you'll get some decent companion gear there with some boon points. However, you can skip it these days and go straight to Hote now. We'll discuss in a little bit, but this is where you could get some item level completely for free just playing the game. From there, you want to start doing your random queues every day. So these are when you go to the queue page here, you have 4 different ones of them. You'll start out by doing like your skirmish queue and dungeon queue. Each of them will give you these seals of the dragon, and you'll want to spend those seals to purchase gear. You'll have to head out into Protector's Enclave, into the Seven Suns Coster Market, and you'll find this trader, and this is where you can spend the seals of the dragon on, again, all of that gear. Now, I do recommend, since you're then 30,000 item level, to also do the Acquisitions Incorporated adventure. This will allow you to obtain a free combat enchantment just on green, but that gives you 1,000 item level. Just obtain like the soul shield from it. It'll work out for everybody early on, giving you a free revive if you get downed. Then you'll want to go to the next random queues. These ones are higher up, the trial queue and the advanced dungeon, and get these seals of the spider god. Those seals of the spider god you'll again spend at the seals trader and just purchase this gear here. From there, you want to go to the new zone, Hote now. And this is linked with the campaign the Mountain of Flame. Again, you could go straight here and skip under mountain altogether, and you'll be able to get new companion gear here. In this area, you will find heroic encounters, these little locations here, which are like more elite fights. You want to have multiple players. If you complete those, you can also get Seals of the Dragon, which will help you with that, getting that gear. But completing those heroics will also allow you to obtain new rings. You can see all of the different ones in the collections here. There are 5 different ones, and they'll give you a significant item level boost. From there, you can also work on getting the shirt and pants. You have to do the lockdown events. This will be when the bar under the minimap is red. You will find the locations of those fire giants, like there's one just here. You kill them and they can give you a chance to drop these epic shirt and pants, and they'll give you a decent item level boost from what you have already as well. Then you can get the Mountain of Flame weapons. You'll have to save up some astral diamonds. So every day, just by doing those random queues here, you're obtaining these rough astral diamonds. And what you want to do is to make sure to go here to your inventory and click refine on any rough astral diamonds you have. Every day you can get 100,000 refined astral diamonds, and those astral diamonds you will spend as a currency. For example, Mountain of Flame, you'll want to get these weapons. However, you will have to make progress on the campaign. For example, you'll have to get to the 5th milestone before you can purchase your main hand. So that's like 5 weeks of playing this campaign. But once you do manage to get those, you get a significant item level boost, and they're fairly useful for what they can give. You'll also want to get like the neck and waist there, very high item level set. And again, you'll need to get some campaign progress, get some currencies, and you can purchase it. Just the neck and the waist for now, and that's going to be like 300,000 astral diamonds, but can be well worth it there compared to alternatives if you just need the item level. Then you'll want to also get the companion gear. You'll again have to make some campaign progress, but you'll be able to purchase it all here. You'll want to buy the stuff that is useful for your class. I recommend checking builds on what ones exactly to take. At this point, you're nearly 50,000 item level. You just need to spend a little bit more, and I would just go with getting some epic companions. So you'll check the auction house here and just go like quality epic, and you can simply purchase some of the cheap ones here. Just make sure they're actually going to fit into your slots. You need to buy 4 of them, as you will already have, say, the Mystic Fiora, so don't get that one. You can't have duplicates, and you'll need to get ones that'll actually be able to fit in your slots. Keep in mind, every class has 1 offensive slot, 2 universal slots, 1 defense, and 1 utility. And you want to populate this area, giving you some item level boosts. If you want to min-max already early on, you'll get bonuses that will be best suited for your class. Then you also want to get a legendary mount. So once again, you can just go for the cheapest, go to your mounts and just search a legendary one. There are some very cheap ones here you can get, but you can inspect them, have a look, and find one that might actually be useful for your class. At this point, you are 50,000 item level. So you unlock the Reaper's Challenge, and you'll be able to do that every day. And this can be a very beneficial queue because it will give you these Reaper marks. And those Reaper marks you can spend over here in Protector's Enclave at this vendor to purchase a whole assortment of different things. Legendary insignias, legendary mounts, legendary companions, and greater shards. In general, you'll want to get like some good companions from this pack, good mounts from this pack, and then just insignias. But moving on with item level progression, you'll want to then get like 3 more epic mounts. So just purchase them from the auction house, and then you'll want to purchase 5 collars to slot adjacent to those mounts in your stable. Just go to the auction house and search for epic collar choice packs and buy those for like 15,000 natural diamonds each. Don't pay much more. Choose your colors wisely and make sure you're getting one of each type. You cannot have multiple of the same. Again, check builds of which ones you should be using. From there, just get the rest of your enchantments so that you have all of the slots filled. You'll need 6 more, as you should already have 4 from leveling up, those leveling adventures. Now you can purchase them from the auction house, generally a little bit cheaper, or you go to the actual vendor just here in the Adventurers Guild and purchase them for 50,000 each. Again, check builds on which ones you should be getting, but skip the bonus enchantments that don't actually give any item level. Then you'll want to save up a bunch and get a combat enchantment. And as a damage dealer, I would highly recommend you go to the campaign Mensa Baranzan and purchase the lightning flash just here. You'll have to farm some currency and you'll be able to get it. Alternatively, you can get it from other players from the auction house. I would not pay much more than 2 million for Mythic, but then you'll have to go and bind it, make it account wide, and then upgrade it to Celestial with like a coal moat, some glyphs, some gold and refinement, and overall it shouldn't cost you more than 3.2 million if done properly. Healers can go for the Divine Aegis, and tanks can just have the fortified nature that you can get from the pack you got with Acquisitions Incorporated. At that point, you are 60,000 item level. Here you will unlock the latest new dungeon that has some great gear, the Advanced Lair of the Mad Dragon. You can go onto private queue, as everybody pretty much does, and you can enter there at just 60,000 item level. You'll want to get a decent group of players, ideally have a guild, and you can join, get some completions, and get some gear. There's a lot you can obtain. Some new legendary armor, some new legendary rings, and new legendary shirt and pants, all giving you some decent boosts. You can see all of that gear in the collections just here, the armor, the shirt and pants, and then also the legendary rings. However, from there you'll want to get some legendary insignias to put them adjacent to your mounts, and yeah, you will spend either a bit of Astral Diamonds or do the Reaper's Challenge or get them from events, and yeah, you shouldn't have to spend much more than like 150,000 per legendary insignia. Again, you'll put them in your stable adjacent to the mounts you have. At the beginning here, you're just going to have purple mounts, and they're going to have 3 slots, and that's fine. You can check builds, what are the useful 3-slot bonuses. There are quite a few. But from there, you want to get like your first mount to Mythic. You can prioritize this a little bit earlier on if you're a damage dealer, particularly to get a combat power that is high damage for single target, like the legendary giant toad is a great one. Get that mount upgraded to Mythic. You can obtain it through the Reaper's Challenge, otherwise it might be a bit more expensive on the auction house. You'll get that upgraded, and what I recommend doing is upgrading through trade bars. You can purchase Astral Lock Boxes, open them, get trade bars, then save those trade bars and wait for an event when you get trade bar discounted. Then you will spend those trade bars for like 30% off, because you'll just spend 2 trade bars per token, as you'll see in this store just here. And yeah, purchase them and then use that to upgrade your mounts. You'll do the exact same for companions, and I usually have it based on the cost of Astral Lock Boxes. If you have full VIP, you'll be able to purchase Astral Lock Boxes for like 60,000 Astral Diamonds. Otherwise, you can buy them for a bit more from other players, or you can just have VIP, have your keys, and open normal lockboxes. They'll also give you trade bars. But moving on from there, you get artifacts, and I recommend getting the Astral Seed Tendril, the Searing Conduit of Magma, Zealot's Blast Scepter, and Spelljammer Detector. The Astral Seed Tendril will very simply come from the campaign Light of Xeraxis. It's a super cheap artifact to get upgraded. Will cost you like 300,000 Astral Diamonds. You obtain it here on blue. You need the reagents here, here, and from here when you progress through all of those parts. Then you also want the Searing Conduit of Magma. So that just comes from your Mountain of Flame. You'll purchase that one and upgrade it. Then you want Zealous Blast Scepter, so you can either run the dungeon yourself, the advanced Imperial Citadel, 60,000 item level, and obtain it and upgrade it. And then you want to have the Spelljammer Detector. You can again also do the trial, advanced defense of the Moondancer and obtain it and upgrade it. Alternatively, you can buy both of those aforementioned artifacts from the auction house from other players. From there, you can put some jewels and kits into your armor. These will be like modifications, and you'll just put those in as you can see here. You'll buy them generally from the auction house, or you can craft them, but you generally will not be able to save any Astral Diamonds by doing so, as you need to have some very good artisans to be able to craft them without actually making a loss. Then we go to Mythic Companion bonuses, and you'll want to basically just get 5 companions upgraded to Mythic. You should have 4 epic ones already. If you want to min-max, you'll go and get companions that will best suit your role. Like a damage dealer, you'll want to have these damage ones, and then have some good offensive stat ones, and then get them upgraded. Alternatively, if you're just chasing item level, they can be any odd ones. But again, you'll be like getting astral lock boxes for trade bars, and again you'll be using your trade bars to get these tokens to then upgrade your companions. That is generally the cheapest way. From there, you'll just summon one of them, and that'll be mythic, and you'll gain an item level boost from just having that. Then you have the big like wall. You're now at nearly 80,000 item level, and I recommend just working on your enchantments. You'll, yes, have them all at green, and you'll want to work towards getting them all to celestial. It will take some time. You'll need to do events and things, and you'll be able to reduce the cost significantly. But you'll need like 30 cold motes, 250 pres wards, 160 glyphs, 9.3 million refinement, 460 gold. You can, of course, just buy them at Mythic already and then upgrade them once to Celestial. But once you get through that, getting all 10 of them to upgrade it to Celestial, you'll gain a 15,000 item level boost. Pretty massive. Again, skip this bonus one. Don't get it until the very end. It basically doesn't give you any benefit. No item level at all. And so 10 of them includes these 9 plus the companion one. Once you've done that, you're nearly 95,000 item level. You can jump into the Master Imperial Citadel dungeon. You can get some weapons and rings. Again, on private queue, you can see the dungeon is just here, 90,000. Those rings, you can see them just here. You will generally just get them at epic, and you can upgrade them, but that can be very costly. But if you wanted to maximize your item level, you would do that. But I would just say it's not worth it. And as for the weapons, you'll find them just here, 3,000 item level, the highest in the game, at least at making this video. Next module, they may very well be higher level item level ones. At that point, you're 95,000 item level, and you have unlocked all content in the game. You can access everything. You can now jump into the latest master dungeon, the Lair of the Mad Dragon. You can access all your adventures, all your campaigns, and anything in the game. And how much have you spent? Well, a maximum of 44 million Astral Diamonds. Again, that is if you were to just sit down and spend everything right now this day. You can just play the game, get certain items without having to pay a penny, and cut this cost down significantly. It'll probably take you a few months, but that is about the time frame to get here. After that, it is all just min-maxing and pushing your character to the maximum to basically get ready for, say, the next update, where we'll probably need 100,000 item level. But yes, we can get to 110,000 item level. You can already go into the Master Lair of the Mad Dragon, getting all of that armor, shirt and pants, neck and waist, the artifact will all cost you nothing. There's no reason this step is not before the mythic mounts, but you can see all that gear in the collections here, the mythic armor, the mythic shirt and pants, and then there's the artifact set, neck and waist, and then also the artifact itself. All will give you some decent item level boosts, but it's not like that you actually want to use those. You can see you have to if you want to maximize your item level, but it's generally not ideal. Like, using this set will not give me any damage, so as a damage dealer it's rather pointless. I'm better off using a lower item level set which will actually benefit me. You'll need to check builds and guides for that. But again, you'll nearly get to 100,000 item level just by getting all that gear, plus then 4 more mounts and upgrading them to mythic. They can be any mounts, they're just there for the bolster. From there, you want to get your mythic insignias. You can start by just getting 15 of them, populating all of your 3-slot mount slots, and from there getting all your 4-slot mounts. You can get them by buying them from people who've opened lockboxes. You can open lockboxes yourself, or you can just do events and get free ones. And you'll want to get 5 insignias to populate that, and you'll end up, with a stable that has 20 mythic insignias, giving you all of that extra item level, and you should now be at 100% mount bolster as well. After that, you can also upgrade the rest of your mythic companions. This will just give you a teeny bit of item level through the bolster, and that's it. There's no real benefit to doing that other than the item level. From there, you can slot in some overloads to get like 2 item level. Again, it's like a meaningless amount, but I just wanted to have that there to make sure you understand where all the item level is coming from. Having 1 in each of these slots gives 1 item level each. And lastly, you can do your collars. They're like the least efficient thing to do. You can leave them like at epic forever pretty much, and you can upgrade them to mythic when you have nothing really better to do. I have 2 of them on mythic and the rest I leave on epic. But if you want to maximize, you'll get them all upgraded, and that'll cost you about like 25 million these days. They've significantly reduced the cost of that, so we can more reasonably include them in our entire list. And that ultimately gives us 110,000 item level at a cost of, 112 million Astral Diamonds if we were to go and spend everything right now. That might seem like a lot, but again, you can just play the game and earn rewards and cut that cost down significantly. So here we are. That is everything that adds up to your character, leading to the maximum of 110,354 item level as of module 29. Undoubtedly, we'll be getting new rewards in the next updates, and that will lead us to get that higher and higher, getting new items. We'll change this upgrade priority a little bit. And also a warning: if it is no longer module 29, if it's module 30, then this grace period, which allows you to start this campaign regardless of your item level, will be over. You won't be able to come here unless you're 75,000 item level. Same with Adventures in Wild Space. You'll need like 70,000 item level. So make sure you unlock these areas ASAP, and then you can earn those rewards without needing that item level. That's what gives you this significant boost early on just there, because you can get those rewards even though you're a fresh level 20 player. Make sure unlock it ASAP, even before you get your seals gear. You might need a friend to help you questing, particularly if you're new, because you might not be that great at what powers to use and how best to avoid taking damage. But overall, I hope that helps. Just be aware of character optimization. This guide is for getting item level to unlock new content, ultimately showing like the cost it would require you to do so and everything that is included in upgrading a character. What you need to do then is optimization. So there's a reason we don't run with all of this gear on every single character, and that is because each piece of gear gives you different benefits, and the priority is usually what gear gives me these best benefits rather than what gear gives me the best item level. It's always better off to have a gear piece that gives you a good bonus that's going to provide to the stats you need rather than just item level. This build is actually not the worst, but it is not entirely practical. Like this neck and waist set is utterly useless for this build. It doesn't benefit me in dealing damage at all, so I'm far better off using something else. I can just run with a tank which doesn't struggle with threat, and thus the benefit from this set would be meaningless. I personally make a lot of builds for the different classes, and I would recommend checking those out in order for what you should prioritize. I will be working towards making gear progression lists. I have already done so for tanks. You can check out that video, just search it, and it shows you exactly what gear you should be getting when you're developing your character. You're going to start out with what you can obtain as soon as you've hit level 20, and then what you can work towards as you progress. That is going to be adjacent to working on your item level. You might see gear here. It tells you to run with the Lair the Mad Mage armor and rings and shirt and pants, but that might not be ideal for your class at that level, and so you'd be better off using something more useful to you that has a better bonus, and so you would use that instead of this. But if you just needed then to unlock new content by getting higher item level, you can quickly slot that in, join that content, and then slot in what's better for you. That is really something you need to pay attention to, is character optimization. What gear and bonuses should I be using that actually improve my character rather than just going for item level? Item level again is for unlocking content, because they use it as a way to gatekeep players. And sure, item level does help a bit with your damage and your hit points. Ultimately, that is the entirety of my upgrade guide for module 29. If it is a future module like module 30, make sure to look out for an updated version, because there will be new gear and items you can obtain, and some might be better to get than what has listed here. And also prices may have changed. So thank you for watching. A massive thank you to all of these channel members for your extra support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.